Have you ever just stopped and thought about the silent engine that's running your body right now, this very second? Well, today we're going on a journey. We're going deep inside that incredible biological machinery that we use every moment of our lives, our muscles. We're about to explore the engines that power every single thing we do. I mean, really think about it. Every time you walk across the room, pick something up, or even just crack a smile, you're tapping into this unbelievably complex and perfectly coordinated system. And that machinery, your muscular system, is so much more fascinating than you probably imagine. So, how big is this system anyway? Well, get this. The human body has over 600 muscles. That's right, more than 600 individual engines, all working in concert. They actually make up a massive chunk of who you are, accounting for somewhere around 40 to 50% of your total body weight. Incredible, right? Now, of course, not all of those 600 plus muscles are the same. You can kind of think of them as a highly specialized team with three different types of players. Each one is designed for a very, very specific job. So let's meet the team. So our team has three star players. First up, you've got skeletal muscle. It's called striated because under a microscope, it literally looks striped. And this one is voluntary. You're the boss. You consciously control it to walk or type or wave hello. Next is smooth muscle. This is the quiet, involuntary workhorse found inside your stomach, your intestines, your blood vessels, all the stuff that works without you thinking. And finally, there's cardiac muscle. It's also striated, but like smooth muscle, it's involuntary. And thank goodness for that, right? Can you imagine having to remember to make your heart beat all day? All right, so for now, let's focus on the ones we actually control, those skeletal muscles. We're about to do a serious zoom in, peeling back the layers one by one to see how a simple action, like a flex, is even possible. Okay, so from the outside, a muscle seems pretty straightforward. You've got the main fleshy part right in the middle. That's called the belly. It's the part that actually contracts. Then that belly is connected to your bones by a super tough fibrous cord called a tendon. The muscle then anchors itself at 2 points, the origin, which is the part that stays put, and the insertion, which is the part that gets pulled and actually moves. And this is where it gets really, really cool. A muscle is basically built like a massive rope. So the entire rope, the whole muscle, is wrapped in a protective layer called the epimysium. But a big rope is made of smaller ropes, right? So inside you have these smaller bundles of fibers called fascicles. And each one of those is wrapped in its own layer, the perimysium. Then you go even deeper, and each of those little bundles is made of individual threads, the actual muscle fibers. And yep, each single thread is wrapped in its own delicate little sheath, the endomysium. It's this amazing, nested, rope-like structure that gives our muscles their unbelievable strength. So let's zoom in even further. I mean, way past the fiber itself. We finally arrive at the true engine room, the sarcomere. This tiny, microscopic structure is the most basic unit of the muscle that can actually contract. It's right here that these tiny protein filaments, called actin and myosin, literally slide past one another to generate force. Every single movement you make, big or small, is the result of trillions of these microscopic engines shortening all at once. It's mind-blowing. Okay, so we know what they're made of, but how do they actually work? It's not just about brute force, you know? It's about coordination, it's about balance, and it's about following a very specific set of rules. You see, all muscle tissue lives by three fundamental properties. First up is excitability. They're always ready to go, just waiting to respond the moment a nerve signal gives them the command. Second is contractility, which is their signature move, the unique ability to shorten and create force. And third is extensibility, which means they can be stretched or lengthened. You absolutely need all three for controlled movement to even be possible. So, whenever you decide to make a move, one muscle gets to be the star of the show. This is the agonist, also known as the prime mover. It's the muscle that's doing the main work, the one responsible for getting the job done. But here's the thing, the agonist never works alone. To create smooth, controlled movement, you need an opposing force, and that's where the antagonist comes in. Its job is to oppose the agonist, relaxing to let the movement happen and acting as the brakes to stop it. A perfect example is a bicep curl. To bend your elbow and lift that weight, your biceps is the agonist. It contracts, it shortens, it does the work. But at the exact same time, its partner muscle on the back of your arm, the triceps, acts as the antagonist. It has to lengthen and relax to allow that curl to happen. It is a perfect synchronized partnership, a beautiful biological tug of war. So we've gone from the big picture down to the microscopic level, and then back out to see how muscles work in teams. But you know what? Their job goes so much further than just lifting things and helping us move around. Yeah, remember this? This massive system makes up nearly half of your body weight. And it's not just for show, it's absolutely fundamental to your very existence, performing jobs that are critical to keeping you alive 24/7. Of course, they create movement, that's the obvious one. But they are also constantly working, making tiny adjustments to maintain your posture, even when you think you're sitting perfectly still. They stabilize all your joints, keeping them from dislocating. And let's not forget those involuntary smooth and cardiac muscles that are absolutely essential for basic survival, for things like your circulation and your breathing. They are truly the silent, tireless engines that keep your entire body running. So the next time you take a step, or lift a glass, or even just take a breath, I want you to remember that incredible engine within. Over 600 muscles, organized in these beautiful layers, working in perfect partnership, all just to keep you alive and moving. They are always ready and waiting. So the only real question is, what are you going to ask them to do today?